news video for the week October 31st to November 6, 2014. Our top news stories in this week's Speeding Bulletin include funerals filmed for Batman v Superman, details on the characters in the live-action Supergirl TV series, and DC announces a company-wide crossover called Convergence. Let's check out these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, ABC reporters for WXYZ Detroit caught up with Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice director Zack Snyder as he and his crew prepared to say goodbye to Detroit, Michigan. Zack hinted that they'd be definitely returning to the city for future movies. As far as any secrets and surprises he has in store for us, he said,
well, you know, we just want the movie to be surprising when it comes out, and we do a lot of crazy stuff in the movie, so I wouldn't want you to get shortchanged by the internet, which loves to do that, by the way.
Now, if you're looking to remain spoiler-free for this movie, you might want to skip ahead a few minutes. For those who are still watching, photographer Gregory Zonzius sent us a photo of Ben Affleck, which was apparently taken at the Smallville Cemetery location in Yorkville, Illinois, where Jonathan Kent's grave is located. Why Bruce Wayne is in Smallville and what he's doing at the Smallville Cemetery is up for speculation. Supposedly Lois Lane and Perry White were also there. A paid extra for the movie, who asked to remain anonymous for obvious legal reasons, exclusively informed the Superman homepage of two scenes in Detroit he was involved in shooting for the upcoming movie. The first scene he filmed was with Jeremy Irons out in a field with young Bruce Wayne. It was a flashback to the Wayne funeral. The second scene was a parade or dedication to take place in Washington, D.C., and the scene was for the funeral of the President of the United States. Superman homepage reporter Jeff Frost drove through Yorkville, Illinois throughout the week to see what's going on at the Kent Farm location for filming for Batman v Superman. He caught sight of huge wind turbines and what appeared to be the Batmobile under covers. The Kent farmhouse was reconstructed over a year ago, awaiting the return of film crews, who spent all of 3 days at the location before moving on. Meanwhile, another new filming permit for the production has been issued for November 8th and 9th to take place at number 126 W Jackson, with full road closures for Clark and LaSalle streets in downtown Chicago. The crew was busy setting up inside the Willis Tower, rebuilding the Daily Planet Globe in the lobby. Oscar-winning composer Hans Zimmer revealed that he will only be scoring Superman sequences in Batman v Superman, leaving Batman to Junkie XL. He said, "I agonised over it so much so that finally I went. I don't want to betray what Chris James Newton Howard and I did. And so I asked Zach if it would be okay if I called a friend in, and I'm going to be working with Junkie XL, who really is a great friend. He just finished the Mad Max score. I said to him, you take care of Batman, I'll do the other guy." And Zach loved that idea. It's a way out. The Wall Street Journal published an interview with Holly Hunter ahead of her return to New York Theatre now that she's finished filming her role in Batman v Superman. In the interview, she briefly spoke about working on the film under Zack Snyder and revealed that she filmed scenes with Henry Cavill as Superman. She said, "I have scenes with Superman, he looks phenomenal, and to see Ben and Henry together is quite formidable. They are massive hunks of masculinity." In TV news, details have emerged for casting call information and synopsis outline for the live-action Supergirl TV series set to air on CBS next year. After repressing her abilities for more than a decade, Kara is forced to bust out her super moves in public during an unexpected disaster. The other lead role currently being cast is that of 26-year-old Alexandra, or Alex Danvers, Kara's gorgeous, brilliant, science-minded foster sister. Details also emerged on the character outlines for additional cast members we'll see joining Kara and her foster sister, including Kat Grant, Jimmy Olsen, Winslow Schott, and Hank Henshaw. Head to our website for the info on these characters. The pilot episode will be co-written by Ali Adler and Greg Berlanti, who will also serve as an executive producer for the live-action Supergirl TV series with Sarah Schechter. In a profile piece for The Guardian ahead of the release of his new film Interstellar, it was reported that Christopher Nolan was the one who made the decision not to include a post-credits sequence in Man of Steel, quoted as saying, "A real movie wouldn't do that." However, the filmmaker denied the quote in a statement released the next day, stating, "I would never say someone else's film isn't a real film." In comic book news, with issue number 9, the final issue of Superman Unchained finally was released this week. Scott Snyder and Jim Lee have participated in a number of interviews to discuss the finale.
Do you have any kind of hooks that you can think of?
He basically beats him with the truth,
And so what happens is he goes back to the fortress, and there's a fleet coming, and all of them are almost as powerful as Wraith. And Superman is all beaten up, and he's like, I have to go try and at least fight them. I'm the only one that can go up there in time. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Olsen stumbles through the snow, and he has the Lex watch on.
Right.
And inside of it is a syringe with the material that would have caused Wraith or him to sort of have the ability to solar charge, to blow up. So Superman takes it and flies up into space to do it himself, is the idea. And he goes up, and I was going to have him along the way fight a ton of the ships that are ahead and bring in other superheroes if we want, you know, show the global scale of the attack.
Right.
My only worry about it was literally just the space that it would take to do all of that in one issue.
With issue number 36 of Supergirl, Mike Johnson returns to co-write the adventures of the Maid of Might with new series writer Kay Perkins. The new creative team will waste no time challenging Kara as she is mysteriously summoned to the Crucible Academy, an intergalactic training school that's described as a cross between Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and a Star Destroyer. Supergirl number 36 will be released November 19th. DC Comics will put its entire line of superhero comic books on hiatus for 2 months from April 2015 for a 9-week miniseries titled Convergence, which will begin with a 0 issue on April 1st. The storyline will spill into 42-part miniseries in April and May, featuring a variety of writers and artists examining the worlds of the DC Universe over the decades, as well as the heroes and villains contained within. In an interview with comicbookresources.com, comic book creator Andy Diggle revealed that he has a potential story idea for a Superman and Judge Dredd crossover. He said Dredd's version of justice with Superman's idea of justice are, frankly, such polar opposites that contrasting them would be very interesting, but I'm not holding my breath on that happening anytime soon. Comic books we reviewed this week included Smallville Continuity Chapter 10, which was reviewed by Adam DeChanel, who rated this chapter a 5 out of 5, saying, "Everything seems too good to be true." T.A. Hewitt reviewed both Injustice Year 3 Chapters 5 and 6, saying, "This is what happens when a story becomes a product, and that product becomes too profitable to stop," and he rated Chapter 6 a 2 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from November 5th include Injustice Year 3 Chapter 6 digital comic has been available since November 4th, Action Comics number 36, which is available in a variant Lego cover, Earth 2 number 28, Earth 2 World's End number 5, Injustice Gods Among Us Year 3 print edition, Justice League 3000 number 11, New 52 Futures End number 27, Superman Unchained number 9, which is available in a blank cover, a digital combo pack, a David Finch variant cover, a Brian Hitch variant cover, and a black and white variant cover. Tiny Titans Return to the Treehouse number 6, Smallville Continuity Chapter 11 digital comic will be available November 7th, and Infinite Crisis Chapter 25 digital comic will be available November 9th.
What better way to show you're a Superman fan than by hanging a Superman poster on your wall or on the back of your bedroom door? Get yourself this cool looking Superman over Metropolis painting canvas print for $29.99. Or how about this Superman Wonder Woman Kiss giant wall art for just $20.99? These and other great Superman posters are available from your one-stop Superman shop. The Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop.
In other news, award-winning biscuit and cake company Biscuiteers announced it has signed a delicious deal with Warner Brothers Consumer Products UK and Ireland for a range of iced biscuits, cupcakes and cakes inspired by DC's characters. The large range includes a superhero biscuit collection in a specially decorated tin, a range of superheroes' giant biscuit cards, individual superhero Jolly Gingers, and superhero-themed cupcakes and hand-iced cakes. All products are available for purchase now from Biscuiteers.com and at the Biscuiteers Boutique and Icing Cafe in Notting Hill, London. With over 150 playable characters included in the upcoming LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham video game, the creators spoke on camera about some of their favourites and explained what fans can expect from this latest incarnation of the popular game series.
We thought, LEGO Batman 2 introduced DC, let's now go to town with it, let's really go into these characters, let's bring this world to life. And we really wanted to dig into the wider world of everything that was not only DC but also LEGO were creating. So from a DC perspective, we try and get as much access to anything we can. So with comic books, TV series, the films, cartoon, anything we can get our hands on. With LEGO.
Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment also released a new video giving us an inside look at the creation of the stunning gameplay mechanics.
Lego Batman 2 was all about Gotham. We want to innovate. We want to make this game a Lego revolution, a Legolution. We want to take this one step further.
And that's reflected both in the story and in the free play, the quests, the puzzles, everything kind of that you get to do while you're playing the game.
Bigger on characters, bigger on open world, bigger on levels, bigger on like humour, dialogue.
Don't forget you can pre-order Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham from our online store. Through the combined forces of a number of groups and companies, a special space mission was organised recently which saw Superman become the first superhero action figure in space. With a special spaceship made with a capsule and weather balloon, the Superman action figure was flown to the edge of space before the Man of Steel made his own leap, arriving safe and sound back on Earth. The Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month. The 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: according to Jor-El in Superman the movie, the 3 Kryptonian villains are charged with the acts of treason and their ultimate aim of what? What is the name of Jor-El's father-in-law in Superman the Animated Series? And in the movie Man of Steel, when Jor-El is about to steal the Codex, Kelex reminds him that doing so is what class of crime? If you think you can answer all 3 questions, come by the site now to submit your entry. The Royal Portable Quiet Deluxe typewriter used by Jerry Siegel to write many of his Superman stories has been purchased by Los Angeles Police Commission President Steve Soboroff this week, adding to his already impressive typewriter collection. Jerry's daughter Laura said, "It's my way of sharing something very personal that belonged to him with people who love and respect him, his work and his legacy." Finally, I just wanted to make mention of the fact that November 2014 marks 20 years since the Superman homepage was created. Thanks to everyone who has been a part of the site in any capacity over the years, and a big thank you posthumously to Andrew J. Gould, who started the website way back when in 1994. And that's all the news there was for the week October 31st and November 6th. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to another convergent-fying cohesivification of Great Scott. I am Scotty V, and thanks for watching. So, DC Comics has announced their latest event, their latest thing you must read, their latest crisis-type proportional story, and it's called Convergence. And it looks like Brainiac is at the center of it all, which is awesome, because I love a good Brainiac story, because as I said a few weeks ago, if a Superman villain or a Superman periphery character is involved, then I consider it a Superman story, even if Superman's not at the heart of it. And it looks like, looking at this picture, that Superman's either not included at all or not particularly important in the story, as is going on with Future's End, I guess, and then you're going to have World's End, you're going to have Earth 2, World's End, going on, which is going to then lead into this convergence. And it sounds like that kind of seems to indicate that multiple universes that we saw at the end of the Doomed saga in the Superman books, that when Superman took Brainiac into the black hole and took him away to trap him or whatever, Brainiac awoke and was confused by this multiple universe idea, and we saw these strange pictures of the heroes in different costumes and from different timelines, different universes. And people have been saying for years, since the start of the New 52, that why couldn't they just keep the old 52 going and make this like a Marvel Ultimate line where they change some of the origins and they change some of the characters and they started over from the beginning, which is kind of what they did with the New 52, only we've been left in the dust as far as what we were enjoying about our favorite characters pre-launch of the New 52. It isn't just all red undies gone. There are whole characters missing. Donna Troy hasn't even been mentioned. People are upset about that. I've never met a specific Donna Troy fan, but I guess if you were a big fan of one particular character and they're just gone, I guess there are other characters that are gone, Ted Cord. But we do see in the picture here, this looks like Blue Beetle going on here, and maybe they're trying to keep it a little bit mysterious, a little bit hidden, or they're trying to give you a little hint as to what it's going to be. Looks like maybe Clark Kent is down here, and I don't know how well you can see this, and it looks like maybe Lex Luthor is next to him. And then we have, of course, the evil version of the Justice League, the Society of Villains, or whatever they're called, the crime syndicate with Ultraman and Lois as Superwoman. And you got the old Flash with Jay Garrick, and you got the old Green Lantern. And over here you got Parallax and Hook on his hand, Aquaman. So there's a lot of different versions of characters, and many other characters in here that I don't even know. But I guess the idea being that these multiple universes are going to converge somehow. And does that then mean that we're going to end up with combined versions of where we are now in the New 52 and maybe some of what we liked about previous versions, or maybe we're going to actually see some fans get what they wanted in that we're going to revisit and maybe get to hold on to some of what was great about DC Comics and the DC Universe before the New 52 launched. I don't know. That's what it... that's what it seems like might be happening. So it could be something to get really excited about. It could just be another... I'm sure it's another money-grabbing event. That's what they do. But in their defense, comics don't make that much money. Comic book-based properties make tons of money. Comic books themselves don't sell all that well. And I wonder if this type of convergence, if they do go back to the old way, if it's because they did notice an uptake in sales at the beginning of the New 52, but then as time went on, it got lesser and lesser. A lot of the older fans that loved it before the New 52 tried it out, left it. A lot of them didn't try it because they heard what it was going to be. Things like Lois and Clark not being married really miffed a lot of people. And that's just in the Superman books. There are tons of other characters and tons of other books, and I'm sure they've all been changed in those type of ways that can tend to annoy longtime fans. But, as I've said on many other episodes, every 5, 10 years or so, and sometimes even in those in-between years, they change major things that you thought you knew into something else. Comics is an ever-changing medium, and the characters do change on a regular basis. But this big, huge revamp and starting at 0 when all these books were getting to issue 950 and all that was a little disheartening to a lot of readers. So I wonder if this is an attempt to possibly rectify that, while at the same time maybe selling some books and getting people's hopes up that that might be what they're going to do. I'm interested to see where it goes. I do love a Brainiac story, and I guess there's going to be another big bad at the center of it, this character that Brainiac creates and leaves on one of his created worlds when he's traveling not only between universes, but time periods and throughout the multiverse. He's not just taking worlds from the universe we're in, but he's going into, we're finding out through this story that Brainiac is going around collecting worlds from multiple universes and multiple time periods. So it could be a very interesting story, and as I said, I like to see one of Superman's big bad rogues gallery villains being the major cause of a major event in the entirety of the DC Universe and not just plaguing Superman. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky. Or don't, if you think it's too bright.